So we did part 1 and we did part 2. Now let's do part 3 of who can survive the apocalypse. Which Smash Bros. Characters fighters can survive. So we ended at Sonic. And we only have around like the rest of the roster to go. So we'll be fancying today. Some of the characters we already did in other videos, such as Toon Link, such as Ryu and Ken, and of course, we already did. Oh wait, Lucino's by Moth. So yeah, and of course, Echoes will be included with the original fighter. The first character is King Dedede. King Dedede is around the same verse as Kirby. A disease he probably would get a penguin disease. I don't know what diseases penguins get. Probably like the bird disease, yeah, bird flu or something. So yeah, King Dedede, he's probably quite young for a penguin, considering how he's able to move pretty quickly and stuff. But he is pretty fat, so that is the one problem. But maybe his species is naturally big, so King Dedede will probably survive. And nuclear apocalypse, King Dedede has survived many things. He has survived like castles being thrown on him and stuff. He has survived being possessed by evil beings, having to be saved by Kirby. And yeah, King Dedede would probably survive a nuclear apocalypse, considering how the Kirby killers are just so overpowered. Also, King Dedede would probably have a bunker underneath his castle. Yeah, King Dedede would probably survive. A volcanic eruption, King Dedede could also do his bunker. He could also fly out the planet using like a blimp, fly in the sky, but that wouldn't work. Yeah, King Dedede would probably survive. Yeah, King Dedede. Next is Aomao. Aomao would probably. The problem is, Aomao cannot live on Earth. He can't live out 4 days with oxygen because oxygen is poisonous to Aomao as a whole. And yeah, Aomao would die if someone cracks his skull. Not skull. His glass. So Aomao would probably survive whatever disease Hawkatasians get. I have no idea anything about Hawkatasians, but they're like mini humans. Another thing is that Aomao is... Yeah, a nuclear apocalypse, Aomao would die. He can't even breathe oxygen. His suit is... But the thing is, he is in a spacesuit. We don't know how radiation resistance Aomao's spacesuit, but it can be damaged by normal fire. Yeah, radiation would just kill Aomao. Yeah. And a volcanic eruption, Aomao probably wouldn't survive it, even with red pigment on his side, considering that Aomao's suit takes damage from lava and fire, and he probably even smoke, considering how weak Aomao's suit is to the overworld things. Next is Lucario. Lucario would probably survive a disease, considering how Lucario's aura is so strong that he will survive. There will be a nuclear apocalypse. Lucario probably wouldn't survive it. He's just a dog, basically, with aura powers. I know he has aura, but I don't think that really makes you survive a nuclear apocalypse. And the last one is a volcanic eruption. Lucario can go really far away. He can sense where the volcano's coming, so that's probably the only... Yeah, he'll probably survive that too. Rob, he can't get diseases. He's a freaking robot. So yeah, he doesn't even have to worry about diseases. Nuclear apocalypse, it could probably... I don't know if Rob is... I don't know how technology stacks up against radiation, but Rob, it would probably be just like in Wall-E, where Rob is like one of the last people alive as well. Oh yeah, let's get back to Wario. Wario's father is basically like a nuclear apocalypse, so Wario probably would survive, considering his father like nuclear nukes, essentially. But now let's get back to Rob. Yeah, Rob would probably survive, considering that he's a robot. Volcanic apocalypse. If there's... Now, if Volcano's not near Rob, but it doesn't melt him, he would probably survive. Toon Link, already covered with Link. Wolf, he'll probably get... We already covered with Fox in terms of diseases. He'll probably get a similar disease to Fox, as canines get the disease rabies commonly. Yeah, and a nuclear... In the last two, just like his other Star Fox characters, they will probably escape on the ships to other planets. Next is Villager. He's just a kid. It depends on what disease he gets. If he gets a disease that hurts little people more, he would probably die. But it really depends on the disease. Nuclear apocalypse, he has no chance of surviving. But volcanic apocalypse, he can catch bugs. He can catch bugs. If he really had to survive, he would probably eat the bugs. Next is Mega Man. Mega Man would probably get a... Oh wait, let's go back to Rob. Rob would probably get a... If you're gonna go over sickness, Rob would probably get a virus, or computer virus, and it depends on how well his programming is. Same thing with Mega Man. He's a robot. He would survive a nuclear apocalypse, considering that he's a robot. He is not a human. Okay. No, he is actually a human. I think he's a cyborg. I mean, yeah, Mega Man would probably not he'll probably not survive. He takes damage from he's pretty weak compared to Rob. A volcanic eruption, well, standard Mega Man will die easily too. Wii Fit Trainer, of course, has probably one of the best immune systems as he exercises and stays fit daily and eats good, so he'll probably survive. Now, and of course, he obviously wouldn't survive the next two. Even with her fitness, he's just a normal human. Okay. Next is Rosalina. Rosalina, she would probably survive all of them. Rosalina can really just teleport to the other side of the universe. Like with Mewtwo and Zelda, they can just teleport to the other side of the universe so they don't die. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that and those other two characters, but Rosalina would probably just teleport or reset the universe or destroy the entire planet if she really wanted to. Yeah, in Mario Galaxy, she reset the entire universe. What could stop her from destroying the planet Earth? And consider that she can survive in space. She can just launch herself into space with rumors as well. Yeah, Rosalina is definitely surviving the next two. Little Mac, he'll probably survive a disease. It's just like, it's pretty easy. Next is, yeah, he won't survive the next two. Greninja, he would probably survive whatever it depends on what diseases Frog gets. Does Frogs have very susceptible, so I think Greninja would probably die. Yeah, nuclear apocalypse, Greninja has no chance, or a volcanic apocalypse. Frogs, amphibians have very sensitive skin and stuff. Yeah, amphibians have very, very sensitive skins. And Greninja, I think, is no exception to having very sensitive skin. Next is the Miis. The Miis would probably survive a disease. I don't know what Miis diseases are, but yeah, the Miis would survive. Nuclear apocalypse depends on how the Miis prepare. But yeah, the Miis probably wouldn't survive that or a volcanic apocalypse. Palutena, she would probably survive all three. She's basically a goddess. She would survive probably all three. Next is Pac-Man. Pac-Man probably has the biology of Pac-Man's weird. He's just a ball with arms and legs. He would probably survive the first one. I don't know how Pac-Man would survive fell against the next two. I don't know how Pac-Man's biology works. I'm gonna assume how Pac-Man can eat anything. He would probably survive both of them. We don't know how Pac-Man can resist, if Pac-Man can resist radiation or not. The nuclear apocalypse, he probably would survive, but volcanic one, he would probably survive because he can eat anything. He can eat freaking ghosts. Robin, he's probably like at 30s, so he probably wouldn't survive that easily. Yeah, Robin also has magic, so he can probably, put a shield around himself, but it won't really work for much longer. The nuclear apocalypse, he'll run out of MP. Save for the volcanic apocalypse, he'll die. Sork, he can really foresee the future. He can really, in the end of Xenoblade, spoilers for that game, he's basically literally God, okay? Sork can foresee the volcanic thing and tell the Monado to escape from Earth. It's not that hard for Sork to do. A disease, he can survive that as well. Yeah, Sork is basically like a god. Bowser Jr. will probably go wherever Bowser goes until the next two. Bowser Jr. is basically Bowser's son. Bowser would probably make sure Bowser Jr. is safe in the last two. So Bowser Jr. would survive, probably, considering that Bowser would survive. Bowser Jr. would probably survive a disease. He would probably survive the total disease. Duck Hunt probably would survive a disease if he has a good immune system. I don't know dog immune system, but yeah, dog. Considering that he eats mostly dog treats, he would probably not survive. Duck Hunt would probably not survive. The duck would probably just go anywhere else. And of course, he don't survive a nuclear apocalypse. He's just a freaking normal dog, okay? And of course, he wouldn't survive a volcanic. He could possibly survive a volcanic eruption thing. Next is Cloud. Cloud would probably survive all three because Cloud is a very powerful character. He fought against the one-winged angel Sephiroth and beat him, who is basically a god. So yeah, Corrin. Now we're getting to the characters that are okay. Let's get out of Isabelle right away. Isabelle would probably survive a disease, but would survive the other two. Now let's get to the actual strong characters. Corrin. Yes, Corrin. I don't know what diseases Corrin gets because he's a part dragon, but he would probably survive a nuclear apocalypse. He's like part dragon or something. He could probably, fly away or use his dragon powers to survive both of them. Bayonetta, I think, is surviving all three. Moving on to Anklin. Inkling, I don't know what diseases squids get, so I have no idea. And Inkling won't survive a nuclear apocalypse. He can barely survive water, which is essential for animals to drink. Yes, he's not surviving. Ridley, come on. Ridley, I don't know, he would probably survive a disease. I don't even know if Ridley would get a disease, but he would survive a nuclear apocalypse. He survived being beat up by Samus multiple times. He survived being put in, like, he can actually breathe water, which is probably radiation. Yeah, Ridley's probably surviving all of them. Simon and Richter, they fight like the devil and stuff, Dracula. Yeah, they would probably survive against, they would probably survive against a disease. I think a disease is probably nothing for Simon and Richter. So yeah. And then of course, Simon and Richter would probably survive a nuclear apocalypse. They have fought against the death. They would probably find a way to survive against this as well. Yeah, they'll probably survive. Yeah, they'll survive. Next is King K. Rool. King K. Rool would probably survive whatever crocodile. Yeah, most of the characters are surviving diseases or a pandemic, whoever it is. If you want, it depends on what diseases the characters get, honestly. But King K. The other two ones, King K. Rool would probably survive. He has a super arm. He could probably even knock it away, but King K. Rool would probably survive as a whole. And then last is Cinnamor. Cinnamor would probably get cat diseases and stuff. He probably wouldn't survive. I don't know how old Cinnamor is, but he probably wouldn't survive. Yeah, he with all the other dog and cat characters. And of course, he wouldn't survive a nuclear apocalypse. Even if he's a fire type, he wouldn't survive. And of course, a volcanic eruption, he's a freaking fire type. He can survive that one. Radiation, I think, is too much for a Cinnamor, but a volcanic eruption, he will probably survive. And that's basically it. Goodbye.